Hello, good afternoon. Welcome all of you come to here. I was in Dubai, and right now it's 3 p.m. And we will have a side event called Digital Cross Green Cross Digital Coalitions, and it's organized by the Taiwan Climate Partnership. And because we know the digital transition is very important, and it supports a green transition with the developments and technology that contribute to achieving the target of climate neutrality. So today we have three speakers, and the first speaker is Noboru-san. He is the chair of the Tokyo University from Japan, and he is also the Green and the Digital Consortium, and also Japan Electronic Information Technology Association. I know he has several roles in lots of fields, very famous, very important here. Noboru-san, today we also invite a Japan climate leader, JCLP, join us. And we are very similar because Japan JCLP is also supported by the United Kingdom, King Charles, and we also got a message from UK office in Taiwan. And the second speaker will be the Paul Peng. He is a chairman of the group Chief Strategy Officer and OUO Cooperation, and he's also Taipei Computer Association chairman. Very important guy in Taiwan. And the next speaker, he's on the way because he's also very important. He's a coordinator of the European Green Digital Coalitions and CEO of GeSI. It's called Global Enabling Sustainability Initiative. He's very important because he's very important in the European Union, especially the EGDC. So our three speakers are very powerful, and I think their topic about the Green and Digital Coalition is very, very good. So I think the first speaker, I would like to invite Noboru-san. Noboru-san and I are good friends for a long time. And he's every time his talk always bring us lots of the thoughts about this. Noboru-san, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for your introduction. And I'm very honored to be here and to make a presentation in this session. This is the first time for joining the COP event. This is the first time, so I'm very pleased. And today I would like to talk about the challenges of green by digital coalition in Japan. And I'd like to share the screen. Yeah, okay. Everyone can hear this slide. So yeah, my name is Noboru Koshizuka. I'm working for the University of Tokyo. I am a professor of the University of Tokyo, and also I am leading the several organizations. All organizations are related to digital technologies. For example, the Data Society Alliance and Smart City Social Implementation Consortium. And also today, my cap is the chair of the Green by Digital Consortium in JETA, and also the Weather by Business Consortium and many organizations I am leading. And so this is the main organization of today's speech, Green by Digital Consortium. This is established in JETA. This was established in September 2021, so about 2 years ago. I am a chair of this organization, and also we have several working groups which make activity for the green issues. For example, the visualization working group and DC decarbonization working group and environmental activity data valorization working group. And the mission of this consortium is to contribute to the realization of carbon neutrality in 2050 by optimizing the whole of Japanese industry and society through initiatives related to the digitalization of environment-related field and the creation of new business models. And this JETA is the organization of in the industry of the digital technology industry. So many companies in JETA, and this consortium is a computer company or a digital company, electricity company. Such kind of company are the member of our Green by Digital consortiums. And also, this is my main job, the University of Tokyo. I think this is the biggest and the oldest university in Japan. And first of all, I would like to talk about the current status of the greenhouse gas emission in Japan and the world. And this graph shows the temperature of each year recently, about 20 or 30 years. I think this year is a very, very special year. I think the hottest summer, and I think this is a record. And for example, today now I am in Tokyo, and it's December, but it's very, very warm, unordinary warm. So this is very, very special years. And this temperature, the global average of temperature have increased more than 1 degree Celsius since pre-industrial times. So now we are becoming the hot and hot, warm and warm. And I think this is a situation of the Japan greenhouse gas emission about of this 10 years. I think in case of Japan, the greenhouse gas emission, the amount of the GHG gas emission almost the same, not so increased, but not decreased, almost the same. I think this is not bad, but this is not good. This is the real situation of Japan. And in case of the world, the global CO2 emission by country, I think that China is very, very increased in this 10 or 20 years because of the economic growth are very much increased. So I think because of such economic growth, I think the CO2 emission are growing very much. And I think other companies are almost the same, or a little bit increase, a little bit decrease, so almost same. This is a real situation of the global situation. And this graph shows the CO2 emission per capita by major countries. So also in this case, Japan is not so good, but not so bad. I think Japan and Germany is almost the same. And I think the big countries, the large countries such as Canada, Australia, United States, Russia, the CO2 emission per capita is very, very large. But relative to Japan, the UK, Italy, very smaller than Japan. So in case of Japan, not so good, but not so bad. So this is a situation. So this is the background of Japan, the green policy. And so next I would like to talk about the green growth strategy by Japan government. So about 3 years ago, 2020, former Prime Minister Suga have declared the realization of green society. He declared that we, Japan, will or should or must achieve a carbon neutral or decarbonized society by 2050. So this is a very, very important declaration for Japan. And after the declaration, in many cities in Japan, in case of Japan, there are 1,700 local government, so 1,700 cities in Japan. And now about 100 cities, 100 local governments have declared the net zero or carbon city by 2050. And this slide shows all the name of the local government or city in Japan which declares the 2050 net zero or carbon. And for example, this is in case of Tokyo. Tokyo is a metropolitan government, a metropolitan city in Japan. About 10% of Japan is Tokyo, and Tokyo have declared zero emission. And this is a copy of the web page of the zero emission Tokyo project. And for example, this is a satellite city of Tokyo, Odawara city, about 1 hour by train or by car nearby Tokyo. Very, very normal and average Japan satellite city. And Odawara city has also declared the clean and smart castle town. In this clean and smart castle town, the most important mission is to realize carbon zero cities. So other than these cities, there are many cities have declared the carbon emission zero declaration by 2050. So we need a global warming countermeasures. And so such kind of measures, we need digital technology. We believe that digital technology is very important for green. So we need a new approach for so combining the green and green initiative and the digital initiative. We think this is very important. So for example, what we can do with green by digital initiatives. For example, we have two kinds of measures, mitigation measures and adaptation measures. And mitigation measures, for example, that by using digital technology, we can realize the efficiency improvement of the society as a whole by using the DX or data-driven society. Such kind of approach is very useful for the efficiency improvement. And secondly, the transparency in society. For example, the open data, IoT, Internet of Things, data collaboration infrastructure. Such kind of initiative is very useful for the transparency in society. And transparency, I think this is the basis of the carbon neutral. I think without the transparency, it is impossible to realize such kind of the mitigation measures. And also, we must decrease the CO2 emission of the ICT or digital technology itself. So we need the initiative for the green ICT or calm computing, which can save the energy usage in the digital technology in itself. And adaptation measures by using digital technology or by using data to realize the national resilience, such as the national land resistance to climate change and disaster initiative, disaster prevention initiative, or disaster response. Such kind of initiative, we need data or digital technologies. And also data-driven proactive risk workaround is also very important initiative or approach for the adaptation measures. So we have for this digital by a green, green combination, we have established 3 organizations for this issue in Japan for the climate services. The first organization is Green by Digital Consortiums. So this is also my consortium. And as I said in the beginning of my talk, this was established 2 years ago, September 2021. I'm a chair and 3 working groups, and this is a mission. And now we have many members, about 150 companies. All of these are very big or famous company in Japan, and these companies are doing the many things for the green by digital approaches. And this is an overview of the Green by Digital Consortium. So green initiative, this is a key, and also the digitalization, digital initiative, to combine these 2 approaches is very important. So our consortium are promoting this consortium, this approach. And so this is a famous, our major result of activity in our consortium, report of visualization working group. This report represents that we need data sharing or data distribution infrastructure for the calculation of the GHG emission or CO2 gas emission for such kind of the carbon tracing or for such kind of activity. We need the country level or national level, very wide area data sharing platform. So this is a report of our Green by Data Consortium. And the second organization, this is also my organization. I'm a chair of of this organization, Weather by a Business Consortium. So this was established about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, March 2017. I'm a chair, and Professor Nakamura is a vice chair. We have two working groups, education working group and the new weather business working group. And a very important point of this consortium is we are promoting a business, weather business. So weather issue normally managed or managed by or conducted by a government or public organization, but this organization are promoting to make a new business using weather data or weather forecast. So we can make the framework of the business model. This is a very important approach in this weather by a business consortium. And the member of this consortium is very large, and now 1,000 members. And I think that 70% is a company and 30% is each individuals. So about 1,000 members in our consortium. And the third one is a Smart City Social Implementation Consortium. So if we using digital technology and to improve the efficiency of the city or our living environment, so it's a framework of the smart city. So we have established the Smart City Social Implementation Consortium, SCSI. And this was established last year, and I'm a chair and many directors from many big companies, NEC, Sumitomo Mitsui, Tokyo Electric Power Company, JR, or Mitsui Sumitomo Insurance Company, a very big company, is the directors. And the mission is to support the planning and the development and the implementation and deployment of smart city services and to accelerate the social implementation of smart cities. And we have many members, about 100 companies and local governments. And in this smart city initiative, we are providing the climate-related services in the smart city context. So, for example, the Real Hazard Bureau, this is released by Toppan companies, and disaster prevention dashboard, and evacuation action support services by NEC, and hydrogen. This is an energy initiative, the hydrogen initiative. Such kind of the climate-related services are provided by the Smart City Social Implementation Consortium. And finally, I would like to introduce one concrete example using the very high-level digital technologies, and which empowered the green initiatives. For example, so now green is not natural, scientific, or environmental problem, not only, but also the very economical and industrial problem, because green is a new rule or new governance of the economy and industry. This is a very important point. So, for example, in case of Tokyo, Tokyo Stock Exchange are requesting to disclose the ESG information for each companies. So in case of Tokyo, the companies on the prime market are required to disclose the information according to the recommendation of the TCFD. So green is a very big economic problem. And also this year, EU has started the new battery regulation. So now Japanese automobile company or battery company of the supply chain are now very active to support this regulation. So this is a very big event in Japan, industrial event in Japan. And I think that next to this new battery regulation, I think the EU will start a new carbon border adjustment mechanism, CBAM regulation. This will come into effect, I think, 2 years after. So in Japan, so this is also the very, very, very hot topic in the green issues. So now in Japan, we are newly developing a new data infrastructure for carbon emission data calculation and certification. So this all supply chain companies will join this project and exchange the GHG gas emission information or CO2 gas emission information. So to support this activity, we now in Japan, government and companies are developing a new data infrastructure, very big data infrastructure now. But this is not so easy because in calculating GHG emission data, calculation in supply chain, so company do not want to export their data because GHG gas emission data or CO2 gas emission data it's a secret data for each company. So they want to protect the secret data. So as shown in this slide, for example, we or EU government asked, please show me your data for the calculation, but each company said that we don't want to export the data to other companies because it's our secret. So we must balance these two requirements. So we have a very good technology. It's a privacy enhancing technology called as PET. For example, the federated learning or homomorphic encryption, secret sharing method, trusted execution environment. So these technology will realize some calculation in secret. So for example, now our laboratory, our organization are now trying trusted GHG calculation mechanism in data space using homomorphic encryption technologies. So for each data provider can export only encrypted data. Only encrypted data are exported. So raw data or secret data is protected in each companies. But this calculation server this server have only encrypted data, but this server can calculate using this encrypted data. And also the calculation result is the encrypted data, but if we decrypt this data, we can get a real calculation. So this calculation will be done in secret. So this is very magical and very, very good high-level sophisticated technologies. So this kind of the new sophisticated high-level data technology can promote this GHG gas emission calculation in supply chain or the city or country. So I think that high-level data technology is very important to realize a green society. I think so. So now we are make the experimentation of these technologies. So, thank you very much. This is the final page of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Noboru-san, and a very wonderful talk. You know, he's my close friend, and he always do a lot of things combined together. And also the Tokyo University is the leading university in this field. Okay, I would like to welcome the next speaker is from AUO, the chairman of AUO Corporations, Paul Peng. And actually, I listened to his speech for several times, especially the digital and the green transformation. They both combined together is wonderful, and his leadership is very, very important. Let's welcome the Paul, please.
Yep. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Paul Peng. Then it's my pleasure to share with you that how AUO path to a green future with digital transformation. So just a glance at the AUO that we are 27 years old with 38,000 employees. The remarkable thing is that we are in the GeSI world for 13 consecutive years since 2010. So AUO headquartered in Taiwan, but we have display manufacturing located in Taiwan, China, and Singapore. Of course, also some of a small operation in Europe. Then together with regional service in around the world. So the display is an interface between the human beings and the information. So our mission is to strive to play a key role in helping people to visualize their desired future through our products and solutions. So we also dedicate our efforts to building a sustainable future and a better life. Digitalization is the trend in the recent years. So it is so important of enhancing the competitiveness of the enterprise, since it can help improve production efficiency, cost saving, operational decision making, and information integration. Also, it is a key element to push an agile organization and drive the sustainable development of enterprise as well. So recently, actually, we are facing a lot of challenge of a changing environment. The market requirements for product tend to be diversified and also customized. Then with high specification and short-term life cycle, which tests the company's adaptability in production efficiency and cost control. Therefore, AUO began our intelligence manufacturing since 2015. We are striving for high flexibility, high quality, and precise production so that production lines can be effectively scheduled and respond to market needs in real time. Here, I would like to present to you that how AUO drive to our digital transformation. We've broken down to 4 steps. Firstly, the standardization. Here, just to come up our manufacturing process and then figure out the best route for doing lean management. Then secondly, digitalization. We improve our IT infrastructure, digitize and integrate all data into the platform to become one data for big data analysis. Third, we start automation. So we walk through the human-robot collaboration to increase the efficiency. Then finally, we step into the intelligence step. So here include the predictive manufacturing, predictive R&D, and also the management. Then we believe here are the three key elements for us can pursue this digital transformation successfully. So the first one is the talent, second one is the integration, and the environment are the three key factors for our transformation process. Then the question is how to cultivate talents to expand the transformation capability, and also how to combine the specialties to achieve digital applications through software and hardware integration. It is necessary to put the smart factory into operation through a practical field. Talking about the talent cultivation, as mentioned by Dr. Pan, that AIA school had trained more than 10,000 talents, then in which more than 10% from AUO. Okay, so we are actively cultivating internal talents. We divide the employees into the different groups and also provide them different requirements of the training. For the experts, we send them for the professional technology cultivations program and AI tool applications. For the supervisors, we promote the very basic AI knowledge through general education courses. This then help them to know how to make the decision. For the colleagues, that's a basic AI knowledge. So AUO AI Talents Training Blueprint has achieved outstanding results. As to now, we have more than 2,000 AI engineers, and also we produce more than 3,000 AI models. So here I would like to give this few examples in different areas where we apply to AI and digital tools to enhance our operation. Firstly, in terms of the R&D, AUO has introduced several tools as data governance, big data analysis, and artificial intelligence into the R&D process. So with our self-developed AI 365 intelligent platform, so we use to automate the drawing process by the program, which enhance the speed of the R&D design and reduce the human errors at the same time. So more than 90% of the drawing works have been automated now. So in terms of the operation and management, AUO had developed intelligent patterns storage system, financial robot. We apply AI tools to talent recruitment, fully digitize the interview process. For example, on the notification, interview, and quiz, they are all effectively applied to AI tools. So we have a very efficient way of talent selection. Then in terms of the supply chain management, we use big data to predict the market supply and demand fluctuations in order to respond as soon as possible. So AUO has also developed a human-machine collaboration model. It can improve warehouse logistic efficiency by 30%. So achieving lower inventory and high efficiency management. With all this, AUO is very familiar in the manufacturing field. So we evolve from reactive manufacturing to predictive analytics by introducing automation AIoT, big data, analytics, and machine learning. So between 2017 and 2023, AUO overall improved our production efficiency by 40%, sorry. So through the intelligence manufacturing, we also improved the efficiency of electricity consumption. In 2022 alone, we achieved the annual electricity saving rate of 2.57%. And more, compared to the previous year, AUO reduced our carbon emissions by 16%, minimizing the impact of the production on the environment. Then the two ways achievements of combining smart production and green manufacturing has earned AUO a number of world-class recognitions, including WEF Global Lighthouse Network, US MLA Award, and Germany ROI FESO Industry 4.0 Award. These recognitions are important milestones to lead the industry towards intelligent manufacturing. We wanted to extend our sustainability vision to go beyond corporate social responsibility and create shared value. So if we can help others with our age advantage, why don't we act now to lower the barriers to learn and achieve better synergy? So here are two examples. We expand our sustainable solution to the industries. With the existing core capabilities in panel manufacturing, we have also turned our sustainable Asian experience into new business. Includes the solutions on low carbon technologies and digital production, which assists value chain to move towards a sustainable net zero future. In low carbon technology service, we start with the zero wastewater discharge technology. We provide environmental solutions at each stage of production, and carbon emission and resources management technology, and more in digital production services. With our digital production export in smart manufacturing experience, we provide comprehensive software and hardware solutions, such as smart energy saving, smart handling, smart detection, smart IoT to assist industry partners upgrade to smart manufacturing. So we cannot do it our AUO alone, but together with our ecosystem partners, then we amplify the energy of a cross-domain integration and work together to enhance industry competitiveness. Of course, we also add on the ESG and share our goods. So thank you very much to listening and attention to AUO's experience and determination in facing the digital transformation wave. On the road to net zero and sustainability, it needs all of us to work together in the future. Let us add on ESG together and share the goods. Thank you very much.
Because what you talk is quite easy, but just I know the leadership is a big issue because everybody will talk, oh, our company should have twin transformations, and some cases talk, but you really did this, and how you did this, because from your example, the leadership from you is very, very important. Can you share some tips for us, the leadership?
Okay, I just use this.
Okay.
Use the page. I can share with you.
Share. You want to share the pages?
Yeah, page.
Okay, please share.
Your question.
Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Key successful factors. Because what I asked is lots of people will talk about digital transformation, but not so easy to do. This page, yeah.
I think as a leader, firstly, we have to set a goal, okay, where we want to achieve. And this goal, we don't set, we set the ultimate goal is big, but we start from small. Then step by step, we can achieve to the ultimate goal, and which that will have a bigger impact. Second one is that we have to invest our resources here to build a solid foundation. Usually, leader will underestimate the long-term return, but overestimate the short-term return. So here, we, especially for green transformation or ESG, we need view on the longer term. Then, because at the initial stage, probably you may not get enough return for your investment, but once it cross over, then you will get more from there. Then, of course, everything we wanted to perform have to have enough or good quality of talents. So we got how to nurture our talents, how to cultivate our talents. As I mentioned, that we divide our group of people in different background. So to the experts, we send them out to the professional school, and for the management have to learn these AI tools in a basic knowledge also, because when they talk to the staff, they know where or how to apply to these tools. Then we also have a general courses for every staff in the company. Then next one is that have to build the infrastructure. Okay, everything have to start from very basic. So the infrastructure, that is a big investment, but you have to connect everything together, or have to have a comprehensive data pool. Then this you need a very complete infrastructure, and that's a early stage investment. But you may not get the return in the initial few years, but that is a very determined factors where you make it successful. So this is also very is also connect to the leader's vision, that where you overestimate the short-term benefit or underestimate the long-term benefit. Then another one is the data, the quality data. So when we talk about the big data, that's only the number of the data, but quality data is a very fundamental to determine your quality of work. So here we have to. So that's why when I first implement the digital transformation, I urge our company, we got to get rid of Excel from every computers in 3 years. Sorry, this Microsoft is not here. Okay. Anyway, because of the initial stage that everyone keep their file, their data in their computer with the Excel file. So I consolidate them together. So get rid of Excel within 3 years, and then we can build one big database with the quality data. So that is very important that when you have your digital transformation, the quality of data is very important. So I think this is just simply my reminding to the leaders who wanted to have a digital transformation in the company.
Yeah, it should be from top down.
Yes, correct.
You say you should do this, and because if every computer do not have Excel, all of your staff will complain.
Yeah, correct. When I first announced, everyone just complained, and then they also say that that's impossible because in the over past 20 years, everyone had this tool, but eventually we achieve it with no Excel because we wanted to build a quality data pool. So everything just consolidated in one data.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Welcome.
Wonderful talk. Give applause, please. Thank you. Okay. Now I will move the stage from the Europe. We welcome the coordinator of the EGDC, European Green and Digital Coalition, and he's also the CEO of the GeSI. Is it right? GeSI, and Luis Neves. And in the previous time, he had a wonderful talk about how the digital and the green transformation is very good. Yes, very good. Okay, Neves, the floor is yours, please. Okay, you have slide, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. So I guess I moved the slides with here. Okay, good. Very good. So thank you so much again for inviting me, and now in more detail about the Green European Digital Coalition, to give you really an historic overview how all of this started, and also where we are today. And I do not have a slide, but I will explain also a little bit the future direction. So the European Green Digital Coalition was launched in March 2021 by the European Commissioner Breton, with a commitment signed at that time by 26 CEOs, which we consider the founding members of the coalition. And the coalition currently counts with 39 member companies and 14 supporting partners, one of them being TCP. The EP pilot project supports the coalition to deliver its commitments and forms the coalition secretariat. So GeSI, that you see here at the left, we are not an European organization, we are a global organization. Our membership cuts across the planet, many different countries, but all the other organizations are European organizations, though the Digital SME Alliance, European Digital SME Alliance, Digital Europe, ETNO, GSMA, all of these are business industry organizations like we are, GeSI. As I said, the only difference is that we are global, they are European. Then we have the technical bodies of the coalition, which is the Carbon Trust and Deloitte. Those are the fundamental supporters that have been developing the work with us in developing the methodology, the guidelines. They have been working with us in different activities as well. So we also have in the coalition an advisory board, an external advisory board, which provides independent input to the coalition work. And that board is made of different organizations, European organizations, and scientists, experts in the area that validate the results of the technical group, that is the Carbon Trust and Deloitte. So these are the current 39 coalition members. As you can see, it's a very diverse group of companies, not only European. There are some multinational companies, as you see here, Microsoft being one of them, NTT just joined recently, IBM from the very beginning, a member, Cisco. So these are companies that joined, Vodafone, VMware, Unipartner, Team, Telenor, and so on. So altogether, all these companies had to sign a commitment to be part of the coalition, and the commitment is signed by the CEO. And the commitment comprises fundamental principles, is a letter signed by the CEOs with fundamental principles, which one is to support the coalition work, to provide resources from the company, because we had to create different working groups. Also, to commit to science-based targets. So all the companies need to have an agreed science-based target accepted by the Science-Based Target Initiative, and then to develop and deploy innovative solutions to address climate change. So these are the principles that every single CEO that wants to be part of the coalition and commit his company needs to sign up to. So, as I already mentioned, the net zero by 2040, it's, let's say, an ambitious trajectory to reduce the own footprint. And we are asking the companies to speed up the process. And although in the letter of commitment, companies point to 2040, we also ask them to come down to 2030 to accelerate the process. As I already mentioned briefly, so the EGDC declaration includes 3 actions. One is investing in the development and deployment of green digital solutions with significant energy and material efficiency that achieve a net positive impact in a wide range of sectors. Developing methods and tools to measure the net impact of digital technologies on the environment and climate by joining forces with NGOs and relevant expert organizations, and co-creating with representatives of the sectors recommendations and guidelines for green digital transformation of these sectors that benefits the environment, society, and economy. So these are 3 basic principles that are part of the coalition. So what are the expected outcomes of the coalition work? It's develop KPIs on investment and deployment of digital solutions, case studies with proven net positive potential. The other outcome is the methodology to calculate the net climate impact of given solutions. A third outcome is 18 case studies. So we had to work together, as I mentioned this morning, in working together with the different vertical industries, energy, transportation, construction, buildings, agriculture, smart cities, manufacturing, to calculate the net environmental impact of digital solutions applied to these verticals, and then deployment of guidelines for each one of the sectors so they can use the methodology and apply the work that we have done. So the methodology or the guidelines, they are aimed at providing guidance on the deployment of the solutions in a given sector to maximize the net positive impact and minimize negative impacts, so solution footprint and rebound effects. So this is what we have agreed to in the coalition work. We have been working in this project now for almost 2 years, March 2021. The project will close in March 2022. We are in the final stage of the project. During these 2 years, we had a very, very intensive work between the coalition members. So we are the secretariat, those organizations here that supported the member companies, together with the technical bodies. We have been working together, developing the methodology, the guidelines, working on the case studies, promoting workshops, communication activities, and we are now closing the project, or the first phase of the project, whereby the results, these outcomes that I mentioned, will be communicated to the European Commission, and then the European Commission will apply them into the internal EU system, and they will be used also for financing green infrastructure and green solutions moving forward. So, of course, this is, as I said, the first step. We are now discussing with the European Commission the next phase, because we can have a very nice methodology and very nice guidelines, but this needs to be applied. We need to move this into an actionable agenda. It is our intention, and I hope that the European Commission will agree, that we will have a second phase of financial support from the Commission. We will invite also the member companies to cooperate, we will go now in the second phase to deploy solutions in real life. So we are looking at specific sectors. Probably we will start with a specific case about the telecommunications infrastructure and the energy infrastructure. We are already working in GeSI together with the consultant PricewaterhouseCoopers to develop a systemic approach how the telecommunications infrastructure in a city environment can better work with the energy infrastructure. And for that, of course, we need partners. We are already discussing with some cities to start this cooperation. But of course, we still need to wait for the financing and the agreement of the European Commission, because from the company's perspective, we want to continue this project. And so hopefully maybe in the future, the project will be autonomous from the European Commission, because the objective here is really to uptake investment in digital infrastructure, in digital solutions. So as an industry sector, we can contribute better to climate change. Of course, this is an European project, but we are looking globally. That's why we have partners like you in Taiwan. We have partners in Singapore. We are finalizing also a partnership in the United States. This is partly due to GeSI as a global organization. So because we have a global footprint, we try to bring partners from around the world, because this will be European regulation. This will be into the taxonomy of the European Union. This will be used for green financing, and any company that operates in the European space, they need to abide by this. Otherwise, they will not have access to financing in the context of deployment of the infrastructure and solutions. So this is where we are today. And I hope that we can transpose this as soon as possible to other regions, to Taiwan. And of course, as we move forward, maybe there will be an opportunity also to interact more with your member companies as well, to explain what we are doing, talking about the methodology in more detail, and look into also an application case or a case study where we could work in Taiwan with a specific company to start to move the, let's say, the outcomes of the coalition forward. Thank you so much.
Sit here. So very wonderful talk. And actually, the experience is from Japan. And please change to Noboru-san. Noboru-san is waiting for us. And in the beginning, I want to ask Luis, you mentioned about the digital EGTC, and you have 26 founding CEO companies signed the agreement, right? And later on, and right now you have 39 members. But I saw your criteria is net zero by 2040.
Yes.
So very, I mean, that's a reason. European, you are a big country, big, lots of companies. Right now, you just have 39. That means net zero by 2040 is very difficult. I'm wondering your criteria.
Well, so I used to say difficult things only special people can do. Easy things everybody does. So we need special commitments because we are here at COP28. So when we listen to the situation of the planet, I think that we need to think about that. We need to speed up, all of us, not only the digital industry. Everybody needs to really to speed up if we want to keep the planet on track.
Okay.
So that's the other thing is that by definition, the digital industry is extremely innovative, extremely creative. And I think that as we make more business through innovations, we also need to walk the talk and take our own responsibility. And so there are two ways that we can act. One is, of course, and I saw this morning an intervention about RE100. So RE100 has no meaning if the companies do not buy green energy. So you can have 1,000 companies in RE100. You can say whatever you say, but if those companies are not investing on green energy, what's the purpose of RE100? So here is the same thing. So we have a purpose. and by the way, that's why GeSI has this digital repurpose program, but that's not the purpose today to talk about it. But we need to make sure, as the digital industry, that we walk the talk, that we have to have an ambition. It's difficult, but we need really to speed up the process to tackle climate change. There is also another aspect, is that we say as an industry that we are an enabler of the other industries. We can help the other industries to reduce their emissions. But as we develop more innovations, as we give the other industries the possibility of reducing their footprint, we also need to give the example and reduce our own.
Yeah, wonderful. I want to give the floor to Noboru-san. And do you have any kind of feedback from the Louis told about the EGDC? What? Because Japan, you also lead the same thing about that. Do you have any kind of the opinion or any kind of feedback, please?
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for the very good presentation for all two speakers. And first of all, the Louis-san, I think that very strong leadership. I'm very surprised. So, and in case of Japan, the leadership is very important. In case of Japan, the leadership is very weak. This is the nature of the Japanese society. So in case of Japan, the society is very bottom up, not the top down. So how should we do such kind of the bottom up society? That is my first feeling. And the second one is so in Europe, I am very surprised that the carbon neutral by the 2040. So very, very quick. And in Japan, I think that 2050, even 2050 is very quick. And in case of Japan, the digitalization, digital is very important approach for green society. But in case of Japan, the biggest problem is the energy problem. Because about 10 years ago, we have a big earthquake and a big trouble with the nuclear power station. So in case of Japan, the much of the energy is generated by the coaxial or oil or so we do not have we have nuclear power station, but most of them are not worked. So how do with this is very important problem. And also in case of Japan, the land is almost the mountain, all mountains. So solar power is very difficult. And also the wind is very difficult because there are very little spaces for the playing areas, very small. So the much of our land is mountain. So we must solve, the first priority is we must solve this kind of the energy problem. And as big as this problem, we need digitalization. But from the point of view of the industry economy, in Japan, the digitalization is a little bit slow. So we must accelerate the speed of the digitalization for our economy and also the green society. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Noboru-san. I want to give the floor to Paul. And what's your opinion about these two countries? They have their organization focused on digital and green. I found from our side, you are the leader in Taiwan, especially twin transformation. You are quite successful. I think you are the number one. So what can we do, work with them in the future?
Okay. Taiwan is also a small island, quite similar to the Japan. So we have that with this small islands, 70% of the land are the high mountain. So actually, for the solar power, also not so practical actually. You with a huge volume of the solar power. So we need to develop different energy, like clean energy, either the wind, pilot, or others. But anyway, we have no reason to escape because of the most of the industries in Taiwan, we are export oriented. So we have to, firstly, we have to comply to the national regularity. And second one is that our industry is mostly on the ICT industry. Then these brands are all big brands in the world. So to them, they have a very ambitious target to the supply chain. So not only the 2050, some of the big brands even require much earlier. So we have no way to escape. But we need to firstly that we have to discover more clean energy in Taiwan, from either the solar or the wind power. And then the secondly is that how to apply the digital tools to efficiency up our manufacturing and also to reduce the electricity consumption or reduce the carbon emission. I think this is the challenge, also the opportunity for us, for the ICT industries. We can transform ourselves, use the more efficient way of manufacturing, and then we can meet the international regulations or our brand customers' requirements. So we do see the challenge and also the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. I have a question to Luis. When you listen the Paul Peng about talking about how he managed this big company to do the digital transformation, I'm wondering in Europe, is any kind of good example we can have some kind of the dialogue or learn for each other to have a suggestion?
No, in our industry we have some good examples already.
Okay.
We have a telecommunications company that committed to net zero by 2030. Tele Denmark, one of them. T-Mobile US, they are running 100% on renewable energy. Of course, the environments are different. And I understand the challenge that Japan and the other countries, also Taiwan. I know when I speak with Taiwan Mobile, they want to be leaders, and because we are pushing them, as GeSI say, we are our member. But of course, they tell no, but we have problems to find renewable energy. And so each one needs to go on its own pace. But it's important that we are conscious that the clock is ticking against us and that we need to accelerate the uptake of renewable energies. And as you said, Paul, the efficiencies that we generate, it's also part of the contribution. That's why in EGDC, we are developing the methodology to calculate the net positive impact. Because from our side, we also need arguments in relation to the policymakers. So this is not all about reducing our own footprint. So that's one part of the conversation. But our technologies, we can help the others to reduce their footprint. And the two parts of the equation also need to be taken into account. And this is a way for us to move forward in our discussions with policymakers as well. We have in Japan members like NEC, for instance. NEC was here, Morita-san, the CEO, with us a couple of days ago. They have a fantastic plan on climate adaptation. It's an amazing plan. And GeSI will support him to develop and implement that plan. That requires investment, but that will signify leadership in terms of climate, of reducing of carbon emissions in Japan and in other geographies. So what is important is this leadership concept as well. So you said, Paul, and the AUO is a leadership company. So you need to also to show up the leaders and show what the leaders are doing and mobilize. I'm not saying that this is easy. I agree with our Japanese colleague here, but if you do not take leadership, if you do not think that we are in a very difficult time, the planet, I was listening to the scientists here. I had dinner with Jon Rockstrom, which is leading the scientific panel for the IPCC and for the UNFCCC. You know, we are in a very dangerous situation as human beings. So either we think about that we need to preserve our lives and the lives of our children, and we need to take steps forward, or we can say, okay, this is business as usual. Whatever happens when the world explodes for everybody. I don't think that way. I think that we need to fight. We need to use our resources, our capacity, our leadership. And in my role as CEO of GeSI, I push for the companies to take that leadership. I'm not saying that the world is perfect, that everybody will be doing perfect things, but it's important that leadership is in place and that we walk the talk. We cannot only say, well, we have very good technologies that save the energy on one side without ourselves to walk the talk and reduce our emissions.
So your member is 39 because some of people just join us. Their member is 39 and they have a criteria 2040 net zero. 2040 net zero.
No, we have 39 in the coalition. But,
really?
But GeSI, we have over 200 members. So so we are pushing really for you know these big companies. You know, we know the difficulties. We have companies like Google, IBM, Dell. You know, the big multinational companies, Cisco. And so we understand the problem, and they understand the problem, and the companies are doing a lot. We have leadership in many companies. So if you look at the companies in our sector, there is leadership, but we need that leadership still to speed up. You know, we had a colleague from Microsoft here this morning saying Microsoft wants to be net negative by 2030. If you ask me, do you trust that? I tell you no. But they have an ambition. And if they are net negative by 2035, great achievement. But if they are net negative by 2100, they will not exist. That's the difference.
You know, the twin transformation is very difficult. Sometimes some of the company will think, maybe because it costs a lot of money, you should find a leader like Paul, have ambitions to do this. So most of the company fail to do this. So the easiest way to do the green, they would like to use the greenwashing. What do you think about if we want to do the real for the net zero, digital and the green digital transformation is the key to net zero, right?
Yes, well, we need this twin transformation to be in place. So that's fundamental. We cannot continue to live as we live today.
Yes.
We as humans, we need to step back and think that we need to think in a different way. The model of continuous growth will lead us to destruction. That's my personal opinion. So if that is the case, no one of us wants to die. We want to have good lives. And we want also to leave the planet in very good conditions for all our children. So we need really to put our intelligence, our capabilities, our money into those areas where we make a transformational change and we ensure the success of our companies on one side. But failing is not a problem. You know, everybody fails. But every time that one fails, needs to think about, I need to overcome my failure. And this is in life and in business like that. So that's the way that I think we should think and really move an agenda forward. Our industry, so all these companies here in the digital world, and Taiwan is, you know, you are a digital country. We have a great responsibility because our technologies will be at the center of saving the planet. There is no industry sector that will not be using more and more and more digital technologies. So we are a flourishing industry. We are growing. Our innovations are, you know, creating jobs, creating opportunities, and we need to use that strength. But at the same time, we need to be serious and walk the talk and reduce our emissions.
Wonderful, Paul. I think we have lots of job to do under the encouragement of the Louis, because Paul is also the chairman of the Taipei Computer Association. It's a very big and a powerful association about the ICT industries.
Okay, so he needs to be my member.
We have more than 4,000 members.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so one brings me 4,000. That's a big deal.
Okay. We open one question to all of you. Anyone have a questions? You have questions? You want? Okay.
Thank you for on the privilege. So one question to the Mr. Professor Koshizuka. Noboru-san.
Yes.
Because I think in your technical structures, you're using the kind of like private computer, right? So this definitely caused a lot of issue about data security and also a lot of things. How about the blockchain technology we're going to use? Will you consider others? But of course, another thing is this project all supported by the government? Because oftentimes, like you say, the company don't want to disclose these kind of secrets. And then, so what kind of position you're going to take to ask them to honestly supply this information for you, and also to ensure all this information are accurate, timely, and everything. And I just skip out all the questions. And to the European Association, I think it's very good. And it's also, I think it's initiated by the European Union, right? So it's just for all these 30 companies, or you will have a like broader. And another thing is like industry specific or like across the industry specific things. And the last question to Mr. No, it's Mr. Pong. Because I think you do have a lot of kind of clients. They will ask you to disclose all this kind of information. So if you can have the saying like to claim for all these big customers saying like about the carbon emission disclosure and all these kind of compliance, will you ask them to kind of just submit the request at the one time in one format instead of doing all the things? Of course, I know you already been DJSI listed, and it's already been the top in Taiwan, but then can you think you will do better in the next steps? That's all. Thank you.
Noboru-san, can you answer?
I think here, thank you very much for your question. Your question is about to use blockchain technology in this field. I think the blockchain is very good technology for protecting from the tampering data or unintentional modification of data. So blockchain is a good technology for that purpose, but it does not good for the keeping secret. I think it is no use for the keeping secret, because only useful for the protecting tampering, I think. And but bad situation is the blockchain is a very energy consuming technology, very energy consuming technology. So it's like energy usage can translate into trust. So energy and trust transformation, such kind of technology is blockchain. So I think so for the green purpose, the blockchain I think is not so good. Rather, traditional encryption technology is good, I think, for suitable for this purposes, I think. Yeah, that's my answer for your question.
Okay, I would like to make a comment on the accuracy of data. So why cannot the company disclose how much energy they are buying? What is the reason? No, we yeah. So we're talking about a solution to understand and to measure. But why cannot a company disclose the data, how much energy? I was the chief sustainability officer of Deutsche Telekom. I disclose my data to the CDP, for instance, and many companies do. No, we have scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3, right? So scope 1 and scope 2 is easy, direct emission. So so it's crystal clear. So you get the energy bill, you know how much you are emitting. Then we have scope 3. And scope 3 is very complex. It's not about not disclosing the data. It's extremely complex to calculate. A mobile phone has 2,500 components, which come all around the world. So how do you measure that? So we have different methodologies in the industry, and GeSI just developed with GSMA the scope 3 emissions for telecommunications companies methodology. So we have now a clear methodology to calculate that. But that methodology is not enough, because no methodology will allow to fully calculate scope 3 emissions from any product. That's my conviction. But one thing is that. The other thing is the transparency problem. So why the hell, excuse me the word, why the hell a supplier of a top company would not provide to that company how much emissions they are emitting in relation to a product that they are putting into the market? That can be part of a contract. If you want to sell me that product, tell me how much are you emitting. Of course, we know that there are many excuses not to disclose. And there are many excuses not to do things, because companies look at these things as a cost factor. Because it involves people, involves technology, and then they have many organizations around them that also to develop business models around that. But we cannot continue in this world. If we want really to be up to the challenge that we are, we need to step up and understand that this is a critical matter for all of us. This is a matter of survival. You know, many people does not care about killing people. We see that in wars. You know, you fire, you're dead. But I don't think that's at the center of our civilization. We live by ethics, by values, by education, and so on. So I think, so coming to that point, to your question, we have 39 companies, and of course Europe is very big, but this coalition is for the ICT industry at first, but because we deploy our products and services in other industry sectors, it will apply to every single industry sector. So that means in the second phase, we will be inviting the energy industry, mobility, buildings, and so on to join the coalition as well. We are already working with them in some case studies, but in the future, we will be working closely with them as well as with cities, where, you know, we will all be living, 80% of the world will be living in cities. So we need also to consider that.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Okay. This is nothing about this disclosure. Actually, in our annual reports, we already disclosed how much electricity we use, and then scope 1, 2, the emissions volumes, and then this one also been certified by the accountant. Okay, because now the Taiwan government's actually require that every data, so you have to be certified and then audit by the accountant. So, and another one is that actually our products also have the carbon footprint. That already means that how much carbon emissions when we produce the whole process of this product. So actually, when we have a contract with our customers, they will require, you know, the carbon emissions or carbon footprint. And so I think this is not the matter of the disclosure, but the matter of how quickly you can improve your carbon emission to certain levels to meet their requirements. So this is a challenge. But in our case, we drive our power saving or the carbon emissions very aggressively. So we have 2.57% power saving last year, and 16% carbon emissions reduction this last year. So this is quite aggressive. We had achieved that this performance, but we know that this is not enough to meet the requirements from our customer. So we should be more aggressively to drive this power saving or carbon emission. Of course, that scope 3 is another one, very complicated. So we wanted to use another set of the digital tool we got to manage the scope 3 as well. But now, I think scope 1, 2 is already been under managed. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you all. Luis, probably I will have a suggestion or maybe initiative. Digital and green, EGDC and we, and also Japan. Such is our topic. We shall have a pavilion. We work together. We shall talk, continue. COP29, COP30. We shall continue to talk the detail, not the agenda. There were lots of things we need to do. Yeah, especially encourage a good company leader to show, to educate the people. That's very important.
I'm here as both as CEO of GeSI or as the leading organization for EGDC to have this conversation. Yeah. But I have one remark. I like very much about talking, but I like action. So the conversation needs to lead to action.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Action. But besides action, we need everybody know what we act.
But no, the leadership company to share and let others to benchmark. That's one of the good example.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, and give them applause. Yeah, and we make a photo with Noboru-san together. Yeah. Noboru-san. Okay, we are taking a picture together. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Wonderful.